Excel number type changes 1.25 to 43,125. When I open a plain new Excel sheet, 2016, change the type of the cell to number and enter the number, 1.25, it will change the entered number to the value 43125,00. I get similar results when I enter 1.01 or 1.9, but not if I enter 1.99, that is treated as text or at least something unparsable as a number. I understand that I have to use to correctly input numbers. My question is, what happens when I enter 1.25 as a number? Why do I get 43125,00?
For your locale settings, is the decimal separator, so that's what you need to use to enter a number. If you use a period, the input will be interpreted as something other than a number. What that is depends on the content. If what you enter could be a valid date, a period is being interpreted as a date separator. Excel thinks 1.25 is a date, January 25, 2018, which is represented internally as 43,125, the number of days since January 0th, 1900. Since you formatted the cell as a number rather than a date, you're seeing the numerical representation of the date. The default decimal places is set to 2, giving you the zeros at the end. It's pure coincidence that a 125 pattern is repeated in the day count representing that date. Both 1.01 and 1.9 could be dates, so the same thing happens to them. But 1.99 cannot be a date, so the literal value, as entered, is stored as text. After reading the comments, I realize now that the mechanism behind the problem is more complicated than I thought. First, the decimal separator is a comma and not a full stop. Second, Excel classifies the input value as a date value but represents it using the number format. One solution to the posted problem is to change the decimal separator, and it can be done from Excel, Options and GT, Advanced and GT, Editing Options and GT, Decimal Separator. If this is fixed, Excel would not have classified the input value as a date value. The decimal separator is not something I would immediately consider because, who would use a comma as the decimal separator? And yet, interestingly and surprisingly, half the world actually uses it, this URL. However, I did recognize the 43,125 as a date value in numerical form. If we take away the issue about the decimal separator, a similar example would be 1 to 25, which Excel would interpret as a date value and under the number format gives 45,658.00. More confusingly is that Excel allows custom formats so that the date value can appear as 1.25 or 1,25 or any other form. I used a lot of date values in spreadsheets for calculations and they can be annoying. Occasionally when I reopen these spreadsheets, Excel, or OpenOffice, would think they know better and automatically convert these date columns from the date format to the number format for no reasons. In these situations, right-click mouse in GT, Format Cells in GT, Number, and reset to the correct format for the cells/columns would recover the data.